Okay, so this episode of Wednesdays We Craft is dedicated to you mamas out there, especially my mama, because she's the best. She's my biggest supporter and I love her so much, so I just wanted to make her something to, make her happy for Mother's Day. Yay! Okay, so first I'm going to get Luna on the paper. You want to make sure it's pretty long because you have to spread out your kid's arms. And then I'm going to trace her arms and her body and her head. I just gave Luna a few of Grandmama's favorite colors and let her go to town. She was having a blast. Then all you have to do is cut it out, and I wrote a pretty message on it, so fun. The great thing about this is if your grandparents or whomever you want to send one to doesn't live locally, you can totally pack this up and then send it off and they can get a hug in the mail. Oh, how sweet. So this is a perfect craft for Mother's Day because, we're not really supposed to hug each other or anything, and my mom really misses hugging Luna, so I thought this would be a quick, fun thing. That way Luna could give her something too, while still following the social distance fun stuff. Okay, so for this week, I'm using the Making It Guide to Crafting. So we're going to use this for our Mother's Day crafty craft. So I decided to do this. Look at it, it's so pretty. A cute little flower arrangement. So first, I took a picture of the templates they have in the back, paper, floral, centerpiece. So flower 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're using flowers 1, 2, and 3 for this. So how I did it is I took pictures of the template and then I put them on my computer in my Cricut to help me cut them out. I mean, you could also just draw it out, but this way was a lot simpler, I feel. And you could use an X-Acto knife, but Cricut, yay! So these are shown at 40%. So I'm guessing this one is about an inch wide to 2 inches wide. So basically this whole thing, is about 3 inches. So I would blow that up to about 5 inches on my computer, but I'll show you here on my Mac how I did that in my Cricut app. First, I'm going to go into my Cricut design space, push new project. Then I'm going to upload. Then I'm going to upload. So as you see, I have all my flowers already cut out, but I'm going to make a new one so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to upload image. I have my flower folder over here. So I'll just show you this one because it has the most going on. So I drag and drop. Then I pick simple, this thingy right here. Then I continue. Okay, so this is my picture. So I need to erase my background so it can tell where I'm going to cut. So my silly self used the eraser and just went like this. La 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 la. Oh my gosh, it took forever. But then I realized if you touch this fun little wand thing, you can go boop. Oh, look at that. It erases pretty much the whole background. There's some little odds like here that you might want to try to get. And you can also go with your eraser to make your edges more defined. So yeah, I'm just going in and making sure all my edges are in there. Come on. For some reason, there we go. That one's not working. And like I said, your edges might be a little weird, so you'll want to go in And then you can make them more defined with the eraser. Because if your edges are weird, it won't cut properly. So you want to make sure you watch out for that. So yeah, I'm just going to go in and erase the edges. Also, I'm going to make the space between the flowers bigger. Because if you don't, it will be stuck together when it cuts and you don't want that. Come on. Uh-oh, you don't want to do that. Go back. You can undo things too. There we go. Yay. So if you make any boo-boos. Okay, so you get the point. So then you push continue. Okay, so this is the print and cut image. You do not want to do that unless you want to print it out first. But this is the save and cut. Oh, I forgot to erase my letters and my other stuff over here because it'll take it longer, so hold on. Oh yeah, and you're also going to want to crop it to make sure. Well, no, I guess it doesn't need cropping. Okay, so now I can continue. Hold on. Okay, continue. Okay, so I'm going to do save and cut image. Save. Okay, so now I'm going to insert image. Okay, so as I said before, this is at 40% size in the book. So that's about, so this petal, the largest petal, that one should be about 5 inches. So I'm going to make this go down to my 12 by 12 size mat. So that way it'll fit. Okay, so I'm going to unlock it. That way I can adjust it. There we go. Okay, and then I don't want to go all the way down to 12 at the bottom. I'm going to go to about 11. That way it won't freak out when I try to cut it. Because if you make it too big, it'll be like beyond bounds. So make sure you're careful about that. About 11, a little bit above 11 and a half. There we go. Okay, so now we can make it. Push OK because it goes over a little bit, no big deal. And make sure it's in your bounds because you don't want it to go over. Okay, continue. It's finding my Cricut. Blinky thing. We'll just get it all aligned. And press go. Oh, pause. It didn't line it up. I hate it when it does that. Hold on. Back. Cancel. Okay, I'm going to cancel it because it didn't suck it up in there for some reason. I don't know why it's finicky. Anyway, hold on. Let's try it again. There we go. It got it that time. Sometimes it likes to be finicky, so just watch and make sure that it actually takes it up in there. And now it's going to cut all that out for me. And then on the screen, it shows 2% cutting, so you know when it's going to be done. Finished, so now I'm going to push the exit button. So I had it on cardstock instead of paper, so make sure you have your setting right and see how it's all cut up and weird. But over here is where I started to make it paper. But anyway, just make sure you have it on the right side. And then you can just peel away your paper and pick off all your flowers. There's something so satisfying about peeling it away. But here are all my purple flowers. I did 3 of these sets because there's going to be 3 of like the lavender flowers or whatevs. I organized them by putting them in a bag so I have them for later. Don't forget about your leaves. I did 4 of these and put them throughout. So yeah. Okay, now time to put together all the flowers. So I'm using the cage thing for the purple flowers and I'm putting that together. It basically just makes like little loops that you can put all of your flowers on. Then I'm going to go in and curl up the edges of all my purple flowers and put 2 together so it's like a layered, and they're kind of off-centered so they look like petals. And you just curl them up and then attach them to their cages. Okay, so I started to get annoyed with the purple flowers, so I took a break and put together a bigger flower. I always do that. I get kind of bored doing one thing, and so I skip around, but I'll definitely come back to the purple one. So with the big peony looking flowers, you want to start with your biggest one and work your way up to your smallest one. Now for the pink flowers, they're a little bit smaller than the white ones. Again, I'm going from the largest to the smallest and just putting them all together. I made 6 or 7 of these because I thought they were so pretty. Really, you're supposed to make a bunch of the big white ones, but I did the small pink ones, so they were supposed to be bigger, but I just left them because I had already cut them out, and I'm not wasting that time, dang it. Okay, back to the purple ones, I guess. Funny story, I was FaceTiming my mom when I was putting this together and I had to keep the camera away so she couldn't see what I was doing. Anyway, so now I'm just adding floral wire. I think I got the wrong kind. It's supposed to be just plain wire, but this stuff actually worked pretty well, so I'm going to keep it as a win. So I'm just supporting my leaves so that they'll be able to splay out. And then I'm going to add them to all the flowers and then we can arrange them. Okay, now that all the flowers are put together, it's time to arrange them. So I used the foam, like flower foam and flower wire, and then I just went in there and just made them look pretty how I wanted. Good thing is you can always rearrange them later if you don't like how they look. This week's craft was fueled by mother's love. Oh, also Gilmore Girls. Lots of Gilmore Girls. I've been watching that lately again. Again. And some music, you know. Fun. Okay, now it's all ready for delivery. Let's go. Tell Grandmama Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Look at this.
It's flowers you can keep forever.
Paper flowers.
And then Luna made you a hug.
Oh, you made me a hug. Oh, you love me, don't you? Okay.
She painted it herself.
Did you do that yourself?
Scoot over a little bit. There we go.
Wow.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Wednesdays We Craft. I really had fun making the paper flowers. So it was from the Making It Craft Guide. And I love it because it broke up the steps. It told me the supplies I needed. It's a pretty great book. So I highly recommend getting it. The only thing I have to say about this is this craft, the bouquet, it was called a faster craft, but there was nothing fast about it for me. It took me a whole day to cut out the flowers, but half of that was figuring out my Cricut because I haven't really used it that much. So I'm going to give it a break because it's probably a lot easier if you know how to use your equipment. But it was a lot of fun to make it, and my mom loves it. She was so happy, and you know, it's flowers that won't die, so I was pretty excited about it. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting that book. So if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every Wednesday when I upload a new craft. I would also love to see you in my Wednesdays We Craft Facebook group. Share your Mother's Day pictures. I'd love to see all you mamas and what you got. I got mine early because we can't wait to give presents around here. I got a diffuser because, you know, I couldn't go out and get incense, and I didn't even know I wanted it, but I did. It was great. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful Wednesday.